President to be. Mr. President, why don't you come on over this way? All right. We want to welcome everybody. We're going to start our village board meeting in just a moment, but a very important part of what we do here in Frankfort is our close connection with the business community as Fall Festival, as just the economic driver and the partnership that we have in Portland. So it's been our pleasure last year and this year to formally swear in the board members, the elected board members of the Frankfort Chamber of Commerce. We have them with us tonight. And so we'll start with this. And if you would please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Bob Kennedy,
Do solemnly promise that I will, to the best of my ability, faithfully perform all the duties belonging to the officer of Frankfort Chamber of Commerce Director, to which I have been elected. Yeah. Congratulations. And so, maybe introduce yourself real quick.
He wants us to introduce ourselves and our positions.
Yes.
I'm Bob Kennedy. I'm the 2024 president of the Frankfort Chamber.
I'm Dean Wandre. I'm internal vice president of the Chamber of Commerce.
I am Kelly Garber, incoming secretary for the Frankfort Chamber of Commerce.
I'm Jessica, I'm just a board member. Jessica, take it back. Don't say that.
I'm John Castro, first time on the board.
Mike Mitchell, director on the board.
And I'm Laura Groom, and I'm the director.
Thank you and congratulations to all of you. Good evening and welcome to this regular meeting of the Frankfort Village Board. Tonight is Monday, December 4th, 2023, and we'll call this meeting to order and we will ask our Deputy Clerk, Teresa Cork, to take the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mayor Olgo?
Here.
Trustee Borelli? Here. Trustee Ledden?
Here.
Trustee Petro? Trustee Rigoni?
Here.
Trustee Rossi?
Here.
Trustee Savaria?
Here.
Attorney Lamore? Chief Chilipas?
Here.
Village Administrator Pisha?
Here.
Assistant Administrator Barica?
Present.
And Village Clerk Schubert is absent.
Thank you, Clerk. We have a request to participate electronically from one of our trustees. So in order to do that, there's a protocol. This will be a little more cumbersome than typical with some votes. But first we, I guess our Deputy Clerk will ask reasons.
Yeah, okay, so in accordance with the village ordinance, we received a request from Trustee Petro to participate remotely this evening. And Trustee Petro, we can see you on the video. Will you please state your reason for not being physically present at tonight's board meeting?
Thank you. It's for employment.
Okay. In order to participate, we'll need a motion and a second from our current board. There's a quorum existing.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Trustee Savaria, second by Trustee Ledden, and we will go to our clerk for the vote.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
So we have accepted the electronic attendance, and now we need to go back and have another roll call.
Thank you. Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Here.
Trustee Rigoni?
Here.
Trustee Rossi?
Here.
Trustee Savaria?
Here.
Trustee Petro?
Here.
And Mayor Ogle?
Okay, and here.
Thank you.
All right, so now we have the meeting started properly. If everyone would please stand with me, and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The next item on here is what's called the unanimous consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one single motion. There'll be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests, in which event that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Are there any trustees that would like to remove any items from the consent agenda? Hearing none, can I get a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda?
So move.
Second.
We have a motion from trustee Rigoni, a second from trustee Borelli. And we will go through these items, and they're very brief, so that those who are in the audience, those who are watching at home, or might be watching later on YouTube channel, know what it is that the board is voting on. These are also all available. The entire packet of all the documents are available on our village website. Same things that your trustees will be voting on and your village board will be voting on. So as part of the consent agenda, the first item was the approval of minutes from a regular meeting on November 20th. There are no corrections in this part of it. And the next item is the approval of the bills, and we will go to trustee Dan Rossi.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, the schedule of bills for December 4th, 2023 are fund recaps. The general corporate fund disbursements were $230,559.14. The motor fuel tax fund was $213,458.40. The sewer and water operations and maintenance was $43,106.37. And the sewer and water extension fund, $76,442.13, for a total disbursement of $563,566.04. Excuse me. The one biggest disbursement in this group was a partial payment to Austin Tyler Construction for $213,458, and that's a payment towards the Pfeiffer Road extension. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, trustee Rossi. The next item on here is a mile-and-a-half review resolution, and we will go to trustee Ledden to read the staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This item is the 1.5-mile review resolution opposing Will County zoning case ZZ 23-091, Coos Solar Farm, located on South 104th Avenue. An application for a special use permit was filed with the Will County Land Use Department by Akshar Patel, representative Coos Solar Farm, and property owner Daniel Light. The applicant proposes to operate a 5-megawatt commercial solar energy facility on the vacant 71.64 acre property located in unincorporated Green Garden Township, commonly known as the property located west of South 104th Avenue at the terminus of Coos Road. As the subject property is located within the village of Frankfort's 1.5-mile extraterritorial jurisdiction, it comes before the village board for review and comment. The proposed special use permit for a commercial solar energy facility is not consistent with the village's 2040 comprehensive plan future land use map, which identifies and designates the subject property for single-family residential and rural residential use. The Village of Frankfort has determined that it is in the best interest of its residents to oppose said special use permit and specifically or respectfully asks that the application be denied. The matter is scheduled for consideration at the Will County Land Use and Development Committee meeting on December 12th and the Will County Board meeting on December 21st. The motion before us this evening is to adopt a resolution opposing the proposed special use permit for a commercial solar energy facility on the vacant 71.64 acre property located west of South 104th Avenue at the terminus of Cruz Road in unincorporated Green Garden Township. For said special use permit be denied by Will County Land Use and Development Committee and the Will County Board in their respective meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Ledden. So those were the items on the unanimous consent agenda. There's no separate discussion on these items, and we have a motion and a second, so we will go to our clerk, Teresa Cork, for the vote. Deputy Clerk, sorry.
Thank you. Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Okay. So the consent agenda is passed. I know there are several members from Green Garden area, so that our opposition to that project will be sent to Will County. Next item on here is what's called the Mayor's Report. The trustees and I and our Tucker Village want to extend our sincere thanks to Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, and Buddy the Elf for taking time out of their very busy schedules to attend our annual lighting of the green, the ceremony which was on November 30th, and visit with our children in Frankfort and also the surrounding areas. There are quite a few other people that like to come and enjoy this. So we also want to thank the Hickory Creek Middle School Choir for their holiday musical performances. The Chamber of Commerce will host their 28th annual Midnight Madness event in downtown Frankfort on this Friday, December 8th, from 6 o'clock to midnight. Participating businesses will remain open for shoppers to take advantage of their hospitality and holiday gift-giving specials. The discounts get deeper as the night goes on. Highly recommend that you make dinner reservations in advance. And it's a great night, and if, downtown Frankfort in the holiday season is just spectacular with the lights. So we encourage you to come out and shop and enjoy yourself. The Village Annual Reindeer on the Green event will be held on Saturday, December 9th, then the very next day, and it'll be from noon to 2. It's in Brighter Green downtown. Come out and bring the children to an up-close encounter with 2 real Alaskan reindeer. I got to pet them last year. It was great. A trackless train, arts and crafts table, hot cocoa and cookies, and musical performances by the Frankfort Girl Scouts Service Unit 718. A lot of fun, a lot of family fun for that. And we have posted our annual schedule of regular meetings for the year of 2024, as we typically do. That's on the village website, frankfortil.org. We had a very special, on top of Buddy the Elf and Santa and Mrs. Claus coming in, we had a very special event at the tree lighting the other night, and there was a proposal. And I think our cameraman Ken Pataki and Kevin Del Grosso, they both documented that, but young man popped the question right there, and in the magic of the moment, she said yes. So it was just a very wonderful thing. On a more somber note, December 7th is the 82nd anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor, and it's a day of remembrance for all of us. That concludes the mayor's report tonight, and we will go to Trustee Ledden for board comments.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would just like to follow up on some of the comments of the lighting of the green. It was a wonderful event. The weather cooperated, which was very nice and well attended. I thought Buddy really looked legit. I don't know what he does the rest of the year, but he's definitely in character for this. And I just would like to thank everyone who made that night happen. It was really, a lot goes into it, I'm sure, and it turned out great. And then, on a somber note as well, I'd like to offer my condolences to Trustee Rigoni on the passing of her father. That's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Soraya.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to echo what Trustee Ledden said. The lighting of the tree was a great event. Weather was great. I was there for the proposal. I think it was Doug and Bridie, so congratulations to them. I actually ran into them in Gracie's. And then hopefully everybody gets out for Midnight Madness on Friday. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. I will echo everyone on the lighting of the green. It was one of my favorite events, has always been here in Frankfort. And I would have to extend a thank you to all of village staff, as even at 9 o'clock, there was still a line for Santa, and everyone was waiting to make sure that every child here in Frankfort got to send their Christmas list to Santa, so thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Borelli.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to congratulate the 7th grade girls Hickory Creek basketball team on making it to state. I think they're playing for 3rd on Thursday night, so good job, girls. And wanted to send a congratulations to former trustee Bob Kennedy on his recent retirement from the Lincoln Way Foundation. And we also, congratulated him on being sworn in as the next president of the Chamber of Commerce. I think this is his third time, which I think is tied for a record at least. And I also want to congratulate all the other members that were sworn in, and thank them for stepping up to fill those roles. So thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Borelli. Trustee Rossi.
Okay, just sounds kind of redundant, but I want to thank everybody for their hard work for the lighting of the green. It was incredible. I've been going for a few years. It was probably the biggest crowd I've seen in a long time, and it was great. Thanks to the village, thanks to the fire district for bringing the most important person of the night. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Trustee Rossi. Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. I too just want to thank our village staff, board, and residents for a beautiful night at the tree lighting. And Mayor, you mentioned several of the activities. I would just encourage all of our residents to take part in all the holiday events. There's truly something for everyone. Frankfort is always special, but it's extra magical during the holiday season. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there any other business from the board? Okay. Hearing none, we'll go to public comment. This is a place where members of the public can address the board. It's not a public hearing, it's not a back and forth, but you can make comments forward. If anyone would like to come forward at this time? Hearing none, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second.
Motion by Trustee Borelli, second by Trustee Savaria, and we will have to go to our deputy clerk for the vote.
Trustee Borelli.
Yes.
Trustee Savaria.
Yes.
Trustee Ledden.
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni.
Yes.
Trustee Rossi.
Yes.
Trustee Petro.
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.